I wanted to hop on here for just a second and talk about limited mindsets. So I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were talking about their son in this instance, that they were limited and stuff, and that they had made a contingency plan, a plan B, and all of these things. I encouraged them to not think like that, and they said, no, it's good to have a plan B. And while I can understand that, I want to talk about just how much of a barrier limited mindsets can be. If you have a limited mindset about somebody, you're going to get limited results. That's what's going to happen. So if you walk into a work situation, and whether it's a leader, a coworker, or somebody that you know, whatever, doesn't necessarily matter, even if it's a personal relationship. If you've decided that that person is somehow limited in some way, that they're unable, they can't, they won't, they don't want to, doesn't necessarily even matter on that piece, but you've decided that they can't, then they won't, because subconsciously you will internalize that, and you will begin to affect the decisions that you make based off of the information that you carry. So an example would be, if I'm at work and I need to ask somebody to do this thing on this specific computer program, but I feel like they're limited in that and it's going to take a long time, then I start to have this internal debate of, well, maybe I should do it myself because it'll just be faster for me to do it myself, or they always mess it up and they can't do it, and blah blah and whatever else. And so ultimately I ended up doing it myself. Well, that may not necessarily be sustainable. And had I taken the mindset that anybody can learn anything, I might have to invest a little bit more time in that person, multiple times. But in the long term, I'm going to get better results for the effort that I'm putting in right now. But if I have decided that these people have limitations, my future results are going to be limited because my capacity is going to ultimately be limited. And we also see this when we talk about our relationship with God. Sometimes we put limits on what He can do, whether that's through prayer of, oh Lord, I just need this is all I see for myself. This is all I need. You have now limited the power of God, and for Him to be able to provide whatever His will is, or even the belief that this is all you need when you don't even know what your future holds. And so, when we talk about spiritual limitations as well, it's important to really take that into consideration. And so when it doesn't matter what it is, if it's work, if it's spiritual, if it's personal with people, don't limit yourself. Assume everybody can do everything with a little bit of work, and allow them to let you down, and allow them to work themselves out of the equation, whether it's really truly like a skill that they don't have. Allow all of that to occur naturally. Do not take on more than what you need to just because your mind has decided that there's a limitation.